Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a review on some Maybelline and Milani products. So if you want to see how I created this look using those products, keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the Milani eyeshadow primer. And this is in 01 Nude. And the directions are: apply to clean, dry lids, blend well from lash line to brow, allow to set for 30 seconds. Okay, so while I'm doing that, go ahead and read to you what Milani claims this will do. And it says, intensify the color of your favorite eyeshadow and increase its wear from day into night by adding the lightweight, crease-proof eyeshadow primer to your beauty arsenal. It goes on nude and dries invisibly. You'll know it's working by the professional and smooth look of your eyeshadow. Eyeshadow primer is the perfect base for your flawless style. Okay, so let's see how this looks. It feels really silicone-y, I want to say. Okay, and it says to allow to set for 30 seconds, so I'm going to go ahead and do that while I pick out the eyeshadow I'm going to use. Okay, so to start this off, my Wet n Wild small shadow brush, and I'm going to go into the Milani Bella Eyes Gel Powder Eyeshadow. This is in shade 25 Bella Cobalt. And I looked this one up, and for some reason I couldn't find Bella Cobalt. I only could find Bella Navy. But I'm going to go ahead and read you the description. Bella Eyes Gel Powder Eyeshadow glides on in a single stroke, delivering a multi-dimensional finish. The formula starts as a gel and transforms into a stunning powder eyeshadow. Once applied, use dry for a beautiful wash of color, or wet for a more vivid look. So I wet my brush. I want to try this. I'd like a more vivid look with this blue. And so the eyeshadow primer, it feels really like tacky and dry, but my eyelid does look smooth, if you can tell. Wow. Okay, so that's really pigmented. Okay, so that's incredible. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my other eye. Okay, so while that sets for another 30 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the transition shade on my right eye. And to do that, I'm going to be using the Milani Everyday Eyes eyeshadow collection, and this is in Bare Necessities. Here's what the colors looks like. I know this one is missing. Sorry about that. And it was my favorite. So these eyeshadows, it claims, contour, color, and create endless looks with a first of its kind eye contour and highlight collection. Each Everyday Eyes powder eyeshadow collection comes with 6 richly pigmented shades and a step-by-step guide for professional looking results. Each shade is expertly coordinated to work well in any order to create brilliantly beautiful, one-of-a-kind styles. Dual-ended pro artistry brush included. And this eyeshadow brush is incredible, by the way. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and take my Wet n Wild blending eye brush, and I'm going to dip into this taupe color right here. I feel like I should have done the color after I did my transition shade, so for future reference I would do the transition first and then move on. Okay, so now that this side is dry, I'm going to go ahead and go back into Bella Cobalt and apply that to this lid. Now to deepen the crease, I'm going to go ahead and go into this chocolate color from that same palette, the Everyday Eyes collection. Okay, so the edges are looking really harsh, so I'm going to go ahead and go in with a clean blending brush, the same one from Wet n Wild, and lighten those up. And now I'm going to go ahead and go back into the Bella Cobalt just to intensify the blue after doing the transition shades. Okay, so now that's done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my face. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and go into the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in shade 15. The Fit Me Concealer says skin looks perfected with this natural coverage concealer for zero flaws and blemishes. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse in shade 10, Porcelain Ivy. Achieve the look of completely poreless skin with a perfected airbrush finish. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this foundation has a medium coverage, and if you have large pores, I don't think this foundation will be good for you because as you can see, it's like sinking right into my pores. And also it gets kind of cakier on my nose. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to concealer, and for concealer I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer by Face Studio, and this is in Fair. Okay, so for this concealer, it claims this full coverage and high resistance concealer camouflages imperfections and dark circles. So let's take a look. So I have some pretty intense dark circles, but for the most part it does cover them. I just feel like it gets a little patchy right there where the dark circles are. And it looks like it's starting to crease already, but that could just be the bags under my eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and set my foundation and come back when I'm done. Okay, so after setting the foundation and concealer, I feel like it looks a lot better.
I think I actually smacked her with the hammer and not the fire spray.
I still have some really...
coming back up.
My pores are still really defined. I think that's honestly just because I have large pores. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face and come back. Okay, so now I'm going to be using the Blush Nudes palette by Maybelline. I'm going to take this shade right here with my wet brush, and I'm going to use this Milani brush that comes in the Bare Necessities palette. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Eyeliner.
He's pretty much all like hella stressing out, bro.
It says achieve a winged drama with Maybelline's oil-free gel eyeliner. And to apply it, I'm going to be using the little brush that it comes with.
And this one had already...
I'm going to go back into the Everyday Eyes eyeshadow collection and take this taupe color and then this chocolate brown color and smoke out my lower lash line. Okay, so now to finish up my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Lash Stiletto Mascara by Maybelline. Okay, and so for the mascara, it says, "Step into sexy. Do for your lashes what stilettos do for your legs. Instantly builds 70% longer looking lashes with luminous shine."
Did you get one? Or 1 point? Can you get that Lucy first? After 1 point?
So for the mascara, I absolutely love it. It does exactly what it says it does, and if not more. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to lipstick before my camera dies. So I'm going to be using Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in Loved. And this says, "It's time to put your lipsticks on notice. The Amore Matte Lip Cream has arrived. This revolutionary, highly saturated liquid to matte formula dries to a soft, velvety finish for fuller looking lips. Its double-sided, flexible plush applicator hugs the contours of lips, working to lock in bold, opaque color, non-sticky, smooth, and ready for all-night wear up to 16 hours. Our Amore Matte Lip Cream is the ultimate transfer-resistant Kiss Me Matte." So I'm going to go ahead and see and show you guys how it looks. So this is a very beautiful color. It is so creamy, especially on application. It smells amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and come back when it's dry, but because this lipstick does not match my eyeshadow that I did today, I'm going to go ahead and change it for the end of the video. Okay, so now that it's dry, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like up close. And I know I'm not the best at applying lipstick, but besides that, this is a really smooth, doesn't feel really dry at all. I would suggest exfoliating and moisturizing your lips before using this lipstick because it does show a lot of the creases in your lip. But other than that, it's really matte, it's beautiful, it's a really non-drying formula. Which I can't say the same about for the shade Sugar, and I don't know if they updated their formula, but this lipstick, Sugar, it is really, really drying and it cracks so much. Okay, so now that I'm done actually applying the makeup, I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion on it officially. So, starting with the Milani eyeshadow primer here, it felt really silicone-y as I blended it onto my eyes, and then when it dried down it felt really tacky and really dry. But it did look really smooth before I applied any eyeshadow. After all the eyeshadow was done, it does look nice, but the issue I found is that maybe it grabs the product a little too much because I do have some really harsh lines in my crease that won't blend out, so that's an issue for me. Moving on to the eyeshadow, the Milani Everyday Eyes eyeshadow collection. They are so pigmented, they are incredibly creamy, and they last pretty well once you use them with like concealer or primer. I usually use concealer. I use that taupe color in the palette for most every eye look that I do. As for the shimmers, so this shade right here is this one, and it's like a want to say a coppery gold. It's more of a like real gold than the white gold one, and I'll show you the difference right now. So this here, if you can see it, is the white gold. It's kind of hard to tell on this camera. And so moving on to this shade.
Zaria's skills, I have pulled everything.
It is a true copper color. And that's all I'm going to swatch in this palette because this color doesn't really show up, and then this color comes out patchy without any primer or anything. But they are really creamy, they're really soft, and they're really true to color. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Maybelline eyeshadow palette. Now this palette I am not fond of at all. I have this color right here on my inner corners, and it looks nice with this eyeshadow, but on its own it doesn't really have any color payoff. It's just not, these aren't good eyeshadows. Besides this one and this one, these two are really pigmented if you wet them or if you swatch them with your finger, but other than that, they're really patchy. They're just, the pigment is not there. So that's all I have to say for this palette. Moving on to the Milani Bella Eyes Gel Powder Eyeshadow, and this is in Bella Cobalt, and it is a satin matte. What's weird about this color is when I looked it up to see like what Milani claimed it did, I couldn't find this shade. But I found the Bella Navy, and I kind of just compared it to that one. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the blue eyeshadow on my hand, even though it's on my eyelid right now. So this is the Bella Cobalt shadow, and it feels like a gel eyeshadow, a gel powder eyeshadow. It applies really consistent if you wet your brush. It does say on the description online that to get just a regular wash of color that it's good dry, but if you wet it, it gets it more intense like this. Moving on, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the last Milani product that I used. Now these are the Amore matte lip creams, and this one is in shade 12, Loved. And for this particular lipstick, I'm going to go ahead and say that this formula is really nice. It doesn't dry, like, doesn't crack on you for a while. And even then, it doesn't ever really crack, it just kind of fades. It's really creamy. It smells absolutely incredible. And the color payoff, the pigment is just, it's ridiculous. It's super pigmented, and it comes on really creamy and dries down matte. But for the darker shades like Sugar, like this one, these are really inconsistent. They're streaky, but I feel like it's their formula. I don't know if they updated it, but Sugar, as you can already see, it's patchy and streaky. And then with this one, dries down, it's horrible. It cracks so much, and it's after having that on for like maybe 10 minutes, it'll already start cracking and falling off your lips. I wore this like once or twice, and both times was absolutely fail. It doesn't matter if you moisturize your lips or if you exfoliate them, this formula is not good. It just cracks and falls right off your lips. Okay, so now moving on to Maybelline. Let's go ahead and talk about the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Now this concealer, let's see. This concealer says, skin looks perfected with this natural coverage concealer for zero flaws and blemishes. And so for today, I had put this on before foundation, and then I put the Master Conceal on after foundation to get a full coverage and hide the bags under my eyes, but it didn't work out. I still have really dark bags under my eyes. It's kind of hard to tell with this camera, but this did have a really nice natural finish, so it does do what it claims to. It doesn't claim to be a full coverage concealer, but for the natural part it looks really nice on the skin, and I'll have to use this in a separate video where it's my main concealer. But moving on to the Master Conceal. Now this concealer, I don't know, it's a nice concealer, but for dark circles, and that's what it claims. Also, so I'll read what it claims to you. It says this full coverage and high resistance concealer camouflages imperfections and dark circles. And this is a really nice concealer. It has a really full coverage except for the dark circles. The dark circles is what I struggle with, and it didn't really cover them. So maybe I need to be using a color corrector under my eyes. But as for the most part, on its own, it's really, if you put too much, it's cakey. If you don't put enough, you can still see your dark circles. So I don't know, maybe that's just my skin type and my discoloration in my eyes. But for someone who has large pores, it doesn't look good. It looks okay. It just kind of, along with the foundation, shows my large pores. So moving on to the foundation, the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse Airbrush Finish, and this one is in shade 10 Porcelain Ivy. It's actually a really nice finish. Down here where I don't have large pores, it looks nice. It has a beautiful finish to it. But then up here where my pores start to get larger, I wish I could show you guys, it really accentuates my pores. And maybe, I think that's with all foundations that I have right now. My skin is just kind of freaking out. Also, if you can see, it cakes up around the nose, for me anyways, and right here where I have a lot of acne. I have like a breakout going on in between my eyebrows, so for large pored areas and for blemishes, this foundation and also the concealers do not help. Okay, so now I'm going to move on and talk about the eyeliner, the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. And this eyeliner, they claim, is an oil-free gel liner. On my waterline, it shows up very black, and it stays on for a long time. A lot of eyeliners that I have tried before, they kind of go on charcoal and they don't stay long. For this eyeliner, it actually shows up really well and stays on a really long time. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the mascara. And this is probably my favorite product that I've used in this video. It actually is an amazing mascara, and it does exactly what it claims. It really lengthened my lashes and made them, and I put quite a bit of layers on and it still didn't clump. My lashes are kind of hard to work with. They don't stay up as much as I'd like them to, and my eyelash curler just broke, so I have to get a new one. But they look absolutely incredible on my lower lashes and my top lashes as well. So that is probably my absolute favorite product I used in this video. Here's an update on the Amore matte lip creams. This one is Loved and this one is Sugar, and as you can see, this one is absolutely full pigment, no streaks, no patches, and it dried down really matte. But this one, you can already see that there's patches in it, and it's already starting to crack over here. And I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. Okay, so that's all that I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to go down and hit the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell while you're at it so you can be the first one to see my next video.
Guys are blue.
Wow, really? You just stop.
Why?
You're so dumb.
Why?
Don't beat your ass.
Oh.
I'll still beat you up.
Why?
Because,
Why?
no.
What? See, you're not gonna do anything.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Maybelline,